Hello everyone. So for the IEP project, I've decided to go with the role of India's services industry and how it has impacted India's exports. How much of significance is the services industry in India, and how it has evolved till its final form that we see now. So the presentation title, as it reads, is "Driving Growth: The Role of India's Services Industry in Global Exports." So I'll firstly give you an overview of the India services industry. As we know, it encompasses about 50% of India's GDP. The last data stands at 54.3% of the entire GDP contribution, which is services industry itself. It and our services industry encompasses a diverse range of industries, including information technology, process outsourcing, finance, healthcare, tourism, and more. It has played a pivotal role in driving the economic growth of India, and it is a major employer providing jobs to millions of people. As per the latest information, about 130 million people are employed within the services industry, constituting a significant portion of India's workforce. The industry in India took root in about the 1970s and 80s with the establishment of pioneering firms such as TCS and Infosys, which we will be discussing later in the later part of the presentation. So I'll try to give you a timeline based view of the services industry's growth in India. Firstly, we'll start with the first phase, which was the 1970s and 80s. That was when the seeds of innovation was implanted, and it was when the as we discussed earlier, it was when the pioneering technology firms such as TCS and Infosys were established. Their initial focus was on providing software services to domestic clients. Now, then in the 1990s, the liberalization sparks the growth, and liberalization happened in India, which led to a significant expansion of India's economy itself and thus the services sector. India's economy opened up to the world market, and foreign investments and private enterprises and funds started booming in from outside sources. And then our IT firms, our services industry boomed in a real sense and started exporting things to abroad. Then the 2000s came. It was the era of the dot-com boom and everything, and it was the era of globalization and technological advancements. India emerged as a global hub for IT and business process outsourcing. Numerous call centers were established across the metros, and even metro cities such as Bangalore, Ahmedabad, Pune came to rise in this era. These technological advancements drove the innovation and competitiveness in the service sector. Now the 2010 came, and it was the era of diversification and specialization. So diversification of services into new sectors such as healthcare, finance, and tourism. And specialization is meant by the specialization in niche areas, leveraging India's skilled workforce and expertise. So nextly, I'll be talking about the performance of India's services sector. It has emerged as a major exporter of services, with IT services, software, and BPO leading the pack. The export industry has witnessed robust growth over the years, fueled by factors like skilled workforce, cost competitiveness, and technological advancements. It plays a crucial role in balancing the trade deficit and attracting foreign investments. For the last year, about $333.8 billion of exports was done by India, or services export was done by India, and India targets to reach about US dollar 400 US dollars in 400 billion in US dollars in services export for the current fiscal year 23-24. So as discussed earlier, IT and service software are leading the pack here as well, contributing a significant portion of the entire chunk. Now, I'll be talking about the key drivers of India's services export. So these are mainly the skilled workforce, particularly IT and software development and engineering has been uh, instrumental in driving these services export. Now, nextly is the cost competitiveness. India is known for its cheap labor, and we have a huge demographic dividend, which is about 140 billion people. So, cost competitiveness is a key factor in driving the growth of services export. Next is innovation and technology adoption. India has always been on the forefront of adoption and innovation in emerging technologies such as AI, cloud computing, and blockchain, and which in turn has enhanced its competitiveness competitiveness in the global markets. Now, I'll talk about this a few success stories like that of TCS and Infosys and Wipro, which has been able to establish a global presence and are world leaders when it comes to providing IT services to clients worldwide. So, nextly, we'll talk about the future outlook and opportunities. The services sector is poised for continued growth. It is driven by digital transformation, expanding global markets, and ever evolving customer needs. So, opportunities for diversification into new segments such as healthcare, education, financial services, and entertainment. Also, government is supporting through initiatives like Digital India, Skill India, and promoting the ease of doing business will further fuel the growth of India's services export industry. And talking about potential market expansions, emerging markets of Asia, Africa, and Latin America offer significant growth opportunities for India's services exports. Thank you. सही था? कितने देर का था? ये एंड करूंगा तब रिकॉर्डिंग सेव होगी ना?